Okay, so in line with the limiting beliefs structure that I started talking about last night, next on my list is fear of failure. This is another big one, and it's one that I am very familiar with, as I'm sure many of y'all are. Fear of failure or failing at something is probably in everybody's top. We are afraid to fail in person or, in public. We're afraid to fail for ourselves, around our friends. We think we get embarrassed or it looks bad on us. It keeps us pigeonholed into wanting to do something because we're afraid that we're not going to be able to succeed. So let me tell you something. Failure is how you succeed. You have to fail to learn how to do something correctly or better so that it benefits you, right? So there's a video that floats around social media that you may have seen directly in response to this or in regards to this whole thought. It's a little girl trying to jump onto a box, right? When we're kids and when we're that age, we're not afraid of anything. I watch my kids run around and they're absolutely fearless until something happens and they get hurt and they're like, oh my God. And you're like, shh. But it's funny because other than that, they're not scared. They'll jump off shit, they'll run into stuff, and it'll never faze them. And at some point as we grow up, we start getting scared of things, scared of the dark, scared of people, scared of money, scared of emotions. But when we're little, failing isn't one of them because we don't know it. So you watch this little girl and she's trying to jump on this box and jump on this box. She keeps failing. And it's that failure that's making her stronger and making her better. And then she finally hits it and now she can move on. In relation to life, guys, how many relationships have you been in that have failed, but you've learned what you now don't want to be a part of? One of the best things that probably happened in my life, unfortunately, was a divorce. It made me realize a lot about what I had, how I looked at women growing up and who I dated, those relationships. And then that was like a defining moment. And after that, it kind of determined where I was going to go and how I wanted to be treated and how I wanted to treat others and how I wanted to do X, Y, Z in those relationships. Failing businesses are the same thing. Guys, failure produces results. You either let it get you down or you let it drive you. And I can tell you this, while it can be hurtful and it can be disappointing at times, it's what makes you stronger, it makes you more resilient, and it makes you better. So if you shift that frame of mind around, you've ever heard the term fail forward, maybe. But if you shift that frame of mind around and think about failure as a lesson in part of your life that's necessary to be able to move forward, maybe that'll help. We all fail all the time since we were kids. It does hurt though. There are some failures that are bigger than others. It can be frustrating, constantly focusing on the same thing all the time and never getting better at it. But the thing is, it's just micro steps. If you are in the gym, if you're into CrossFit or lifting or stuff like that, and think about a snatch. How many times have you snatched a weight and you haven't hit it? And then you work on it, and then one day you hit it and how much better it has. And you never would have hit that weight if you didn't fail it. So shift your thinking on this. Failure is a good thing. And it's crazy that it's one of our biggest limiting beliefs that we have in ourselves, that failure is a bad thing. And it's embarrassing and it scares us and reflects bad on us and we want to disappoint other people. Fuck that. You're on your own here. Right? Fail forward. Fail often. Because it'll make you better.